We are here today at Jack's Guitarcheology. I'm Jack Brunson, owner, and we are here with the one and only Mr. George Gruhn to discuss the Versitar, which are made right here in our backyard here in Lebanon, Tennessee. Mr. Gruhn, thank you for being here today.
Pleased to do it.
So I guess let's just get started. Give me the story of the Versitar.
I've been designing guitars since as early as 1974. This design actually does hark back to the Tacoma, which I designed back in the mid-90s, but it's been tweaked considerably so that the peghead shape is different, the bridge is different, the sound hole shape is different, the bracing is similar, the body shape is very much the same. Some folks ask, why do we have a sound hole here? For one thing, it's like Steve Vai's Ibanez. You got a nice handle. You have a sound port blasting sound right at you as well as out forward.
It's a personal monitor.
It works extremely well. It serves another much more important function. Standard round hole guitar is cutting through all those wood grains here, and it weakens the top considerably. If you have a light gauge set of acoustic strings, 12 gauge first, 25.5 scale, you've got about 165 pounds of string tension, and that's going to do things not much different than braces on a kid's teeth do. But you want the teeth to move, and you don't really want the guitar to move that way. But if you do this, you can put a bass bar and a treble bar and then a couple of other smaller, just very small support braces. It vibrates here, so you're getting this much soundboard. So even though it's a 15-inch wide guitar, it has a vibrating diaphragm for sound production that's bigger than you'd get on a 17-inch wide standard flat top. This still has, and the big J200 is 17 wide, this has a bigger soundboard.
They ring all the way up to the top.
That's 22nd fret. So you got as many frets as on a Les Paul or on an ES335. So it's adjustable all the way up. Fingerboard is glued to neck the whole way up, and essentially not much different from a Fender neck. But that gives it good tone and playability all the way up. Now the Fender has 4 wood screws holding it in place. These are not screws, they are furniture-type bolts that go into threaded metal into the neck so that you can take that in and out 100 times and it won't strip, whereas on a Fender wood screw attachment, if you take that neck in and out 3 or 4 times, the holes are stripped.
As a guitar tech, that is my favorite feature of the Versitar. It makes the assembly and doing all the setups and stuff so simple.
Now we also have a big old window down here, so you can put in pickups, batteries, or you can get your entire arm in there to the point you can stick your fingers out this. You have your arm in here and you can reach anything inside. As the Guitarchitect, you have Guitarcheology and I'm a Guitarchitect.
And here we are having a summit.
There we be. This will do virtually any kind of music. You can play electric guitar arrangements. You can play acoustic guitar arrangements. Basically anything that's physically possible to play on steel strings, you can do on this. If you want to play old-timey Appalachian string band music, you can do it. If you want to do Delta blues, you can do it. If you want to do gypsy jazz, you can do it. If you want to play bluegrass, you can do it.
And if you really projects when you lay into it, you know?
You can play it soft and pretty, or you can really bear down.
It feels like playing an electric guitar, is what I
But you can get all the acoustic sounds. And you can get sounds that would normally have been composed on an electric, would normally be played on electric, but you can do it on this, and it's fun because it feels perfectly normal and natural. It feels right. Then we went into things like this. A solid back that's carved so it's hollow. I have a guitar, it's plugged in, This thing can be cranked up loud.
I was shocked the first time I heard the thin line and how loud it is just acoustically. It really projects, just like the thick ones. But
Well, it's only 2 inches deep.
Is
It
it?
is tonally a bit different, but it's a very good tone. And plugged in, it's way better than almost any other on the market today. Now, right after that, I came up with the idea for this. This is a baritone. There's been people trying to make baritone guitars for a long time, but the existing baritones all have one thing in common. They don't sound very good. Actually, Brian Gallup says he's making some that sound good acoustically, but they start at $20,000. These here start at $2,250, not $22,000. This is not only lower pitched, even when you play in the guitar range and get up there, it doesn't sound like a standard guitar. It has its own voice. And the voice of the thin line is a bit different from the voice of the full depth guitar, but it happens that plugged in and even acoustically, it's an equally good voice.
I've noticed all of them have sort of a soft V shape to the neck. Was that your choice? Why the V shape?
Because it works. It conforms to the anatomy of the human hand.
I agree with you.
It's very comfortable. That's a shape that Martin was doing in the 1800s. It worked then, it works now. Now, we also can build whatever contour somebody wants, just like we can do whatever color somebody wants. We're flexible. I want guitars that are quality. And I wanted guitars that would be very versatile, more so than almost any other steel string guitar on the market today. I wanted it to be quality, where even if that's $3,000 and that's $1,850, I want them to have tonal quality such that even if somebody else has a $50,000 guitar where this holds its own. That's not easy to do, but I think we have something that has really good tone. And I didn't make them ultra fancy because I made them for play rather than display. There's a lot of boutique guitars that are $20,000 plus that don't sound one iota better, but I wanted it to be affordable where working musicians and serious amateurs could actually afford to have one, and I wanted it to be well made. These things can last a couple hundred years with proper care.
Absolutely.
So this to me is part of my legacy. I'm 79 years old, and I want to have a legacy of guitars that will be remembered for the next couple hundred years. It suits me, it suits others. And it's a sound that is refreshingly different. And like I said, the world doesn't need another clone of Martin, Fender, or Gibson. Those are really good guitars. But there's room for some new sounds.
Well, that's the Gruhn Versitar. It's made right here in Lebanon, Tennessee. We sell them here at Jack's Guitarcheology. You can, of course, get them at Gruhn Guitars in Nashville. There are a few other retailers you guys are going through as well. I know Music Zoo in New York and Killer Vintage in St. Louis. But you're absolutely right. These guitars deserve to be in the hands of musicians everywhere. I love the price that they're put at so that you said working class musicians can get their hands on them. So I really hope that everyone out there gets a chance to play one of these pretty soon.
Pleased to have been here.
Thank you, sir.
Ha ha ha.